Can we work it out? Only time will tell. It's gonna take a lot, 'cause we've been through hell. I can't be without you.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another results video. So today I'm going to be going through all of our spending for January and comparing it to our budget. For us, this is a crucial part of budgeting because you can set a budget all you want, and that's a great first step. But if you're not following through, if you're not really tracking what you're spending and seeing how you're doing, for us, there's just not a big point to it. We've done that in the past and it just doesn't work. It does not help us get to our financial goals. So this is definitely a crucial step for us. So I'm gonna go through all of our expenses and see how we did. I'm going to be tracking what we actually spent, if we're over and under, and hopefully come up with some type of game plan to make sure that in February we do better. Because if you watched a lot of my weekly check-in videos, then you know that January has been tough. We've had a lot of over budget items. So yeah, it's been tough, but I'm hoping that February is better. Okay, so let's start with our variable expenses. Our fixed expenses are fixed, like the name implies, so we don't have to go through and track any of those. Those will be exactly the same. Occasionally they will change per year, but starting in January, they're going to be the same for at least the next 11 months, as long as nothing dramatically changes with our lives. So we're gonna start with electric. Electric for us this month was $91.04, and we budgeted $90, so we are over by $1.04. So not too bad. I honestly think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I went through all of our utilities for 2020 and tried to put together a game plan for what we're gonna budget for utilities. So I believe the $90 was based off of January's last year. So pretty good. $1 off is not bad at all. Next is going to be our gas, and this is what heats our home. We also use this for cooking, and that was $93.75. So that is over by $3.75. $2.50 of that is more than last year, just because I now pay online instead of paying via check. That's what I was doing, I think, for the first part of last year. And now I just like to do it online. That way it's directly out of our account. We don't have lingering checks. So I'm annoyed that they make you, if you do it online, even if you're using a bank account, that they make you, they charge you money for that. But also, I kind of just like the convenience of it, so I'm okay with paying $2. Not a big deal, but that was $3.75 over. Okay, next is going to be our Comcast. So this is for cable and for internet, and that came in at $171.20. $171.20. I just want to make sure I'm getting that correct. This was a little bit less than what it should be. I think we got a couple dollars back because of all the sports. We do have a sports package, and because of that, every once in a while we get a little refund because not a ton of sports are happening right now. So that was $3.80 under budget. So that kind of makes up for some of these overages there. Next, we get into some of the variable expenses that I track on our monthly view, and that include lots and lots and lots of transactions. So groceries are definitely one of those items. And I know we're already over budget because when I did my weekly check-in, I was over budget already. So we are over by $110.34. So the way that I like to do my weekly check-ins and I do my results, the weekly check-ins really set me up so that I don't have to do a ton of work when it comes to the end of the month. Because if I had to add up all of these transactions, that would be a pain. So what I know is that as of week 4, anything that has a little check mark next to it that is in pink, those are all grocery items and that are already recorded. So I budgeted to $500 for the month. I know that I was over by $110.34, so that brings us to what we spent for the month so far as of week 4's check-in, and that was $610.34. Now, I'm gonna look at my monthly view and just see if there's anything else that I have not recorded. So anything in pink is going to be stuff that's not recorded, and it looks like we have 2 transactions. We have one for Aldi of $13.23. This was for milk for the girls. We ran out. And then we also had a Target trip that was $10.46. Oops. $10.46. So that will be all of that's all that we need to track when it comes to our groceries. So we can kind of go back over here. And we know for groceries, we spent $634.03 for the month. So that brings us to being $134.03 over budget. So honestly, $100, $130 over budget, that seems like a lot. I try and put it into perspective that like this month we got the extra stimulus money that we weren't anticipating. And when I say not anticipating, the only reason I mean that is because I try to stay out of all the politics. So I heard rumblings of it many times that it was going to happen, but I didn't know that it was like a for sure thing until we got the money in our account. So figured I would just kind of mention that. So $134.03 over. Again, not something that I want to do. I'm hoping that in February we're able to stick better to our budget. But again, we have that extra money that we weren't anticipating. So it's also not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so next we're gonna move to eating out. So for eating out, we budgeted $200. Last time we checked in, we were $9.41 over budget. So it means that as of week 4's check-in, we already spent $209.41. So now if we go to our monthly view, we look at anything in peach. We can see if there's anything else, and it looks like the only items were here. So we had $18.94, $22.96, and $4.61, which brings us to $255.92. Again, I think this month we're okay with spending a little bit more when it comes to food, just because we knew we had some extra money that we did not budget for. But in general, we try not to go over the $200 per month for eating out. Again, this was a little bit different because of that extra money, but I just wanted to point that out there. And yeah, if you are in a situation where money is tight and you don't have extra money in your budget, I totally understand why, like, you know, once you hit that $200 mark, you're like, okay, I'm not spending any more. We knew we had that extra money there, so that's kind of the reason why we were a little bit more okay with spending more than what we had budgeted. Okay, so next is gonna be gas for our cars. So last time we checked in, we budgeted $125. Last time we checked in, we had $35.24 remaining. So that means we spent $89.76. So I'm gonna go and look at our monthly view and just see if we filled up on gas. So we did. Jason had to get some gas for our snowblower. That was $12.96. And then he filled up my car, which was $19.26. So that brings us to, I think that's all of it. Yes. So that brings us to $121.98. So under budget, thank goodness, one thing that's under budget, $121.98. Again, we budgeted $125, so we are over by $3.02. Next is household, and household was already over budget as well. So we budgeted $100. We were over by $133.20 at that point, and then I think we did have a couple other items. Maybe it was just one. Looks like just one of $15.98. So we are definitely over budget when it comes to household items. So we spent $249.18, and that is obviously $149.18 over budget. Again, lots and lots and lots of items over budget. Okay, so I try and zoom you guys in as much as I possibly can. Cash divider, sinking funds, those all stay the same. So we can go ahead and fill those in. Once we get the money out, that's it. And same thing with sinking funds. We rarely have to add more or take money away from that. And then for unbudgeted, I don't think we had anything else unbudgeted. No. The only thing that we had was the $477.66. 477.60. Was it 66 or 60? 66. And that had to do with medical stuff. All of that was completely medical. And I'm hoping that a large part of that will get reimbursed, but I have not heard anything. I tried to check the portal, and honestly, I haven't seen anything there, so I may have to follow up with them and just make sure they got the forms and all of that. So let's go ahead and see what this brings us to. So 9104, oops, plus 9375, 171.20, 634.03, 255.92, 121.98, 249.18, 440, 1390, 477.66. Brings us to a total of $3,924.76. And then the moment of truth when we have to see if my math is correct or if I have to redo all of it. So I'm gonna do all of the negatives and then just subtract the 380 because honestly it's mostly, you know, over budget. So we're gonna start from the top. 104 plus 375 plus 134.03, 55.92, 302, 149.18, and then 477.66. So that's 824.60 minus the 380. So that's 820.80. And that already does not look right because it should be different. So let me just go, so 820. Yeah, see, something is wrong there. I'll be right back, guys. This is like the part that I do not like filming because it's so frustrating when I add them all up, and it was probably just me miskeying something, but I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured out what I did wrong. I put the 302 as a negative when it was really supposed to be a positive. I'm sure someone was yelling through their screen trying to let me know. So anyway, our over budget for the month was $814.76. Again, a huge chunk of that is going to be hopefully reimbursed. That's at least what I'm thinking right now. Also, we didn't have like a ton of items as miscellaneous because the two income sources that I always put in my budget, one, my business income, whatever is left over after expenses and everything like that. Then we have miscellaneous, which is like if we sell something or whatever it may be. So this month in miscellaneous, again, I budgeted $0 and we did have that stimulus money come in. So that ended up being $2,400. So that was definitely, you know, a nice little perk there. So if you look at it that way, if you look at it in terms of like, okay, we got this extra money, but we are over, even if we don't get reimbursed for the medical bill, which hopefully will happen, that means that we are still able to save almost $1,600, you know, let's say $1,500 more than what we thought we would in the beginning of the month. So although we had a rough month, I'm trying to look at it like on the bright side that we weren't expecting this money, and so it ended up being nice. We were able to go out to eat and tip very nicely for, you know, for businesses and stuff like that. So anyway, it is what it is. Not the greatest month. I wish that it could have been better, but that's how we did. So that is everything for variable expenses. Again, fixed expenses stayed the same. I closed out my sinking funds page. This is kind of what it looks like after it's all done. So everything is moved over and ready for February. In February, some major things that are going to happen when it comes to sinking funds is our car insurance will be up. So we'll be paying for 6 months worth of car insurance. So that will be like a major item in our sinking funds. But other than that, I don't think we have like a ton else going on when it comes to that. I mentioned in another video that Macy had a lot of holes in her leggings, and someone mentioned, like one of you guys mentioned that if I bought them from Target, if I bought the leggings from Target, that you're able to like exchange them or get a refund if it's from like Cat and Jack, the brand Cat and Jack. I think that's what it's called. I looked back because we do have like at least five pairs of like black leggings from them. And it happened that I bought them on January 9th. So obviously it's been over a year, but I figured I'd mention that in this video. I did in February buy Macy some new leggings and some new jeans and stuff. But if you do have, you know, a toddler or a preschooler, I don't even know what Macy's called. If you have a kid who uses the Cat and Jack brand at Target, and if you're experiencing holes and stuff, like we've had a lot of issues with like holes in her leggings, if you bring them back within a year, you can exchange them or get a refund. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on her leggings. If that happens again, I'm just going to do that because they're not that expensive. They're like $5 a pair, but like why not? Like if that's their warranty on their clothes, like I have a feeling that the reason why they're so, like the holes are so bad right now is just because she's had them for a whole year. It makes sense if she's been wearing them because that's pretty much all she wears. But I figured I'd mention it for you guys just in case, you know, some of you guys are going through the same thing. So that is pretty much it for this results video. Again, when you look at it big picture, we did pretty well because we were able to save more money than what we thought. Again, I'm hoping that a big chunk of this is refunded in February, maybe even March. I'm hoping it's not that long, but it would be nice to get a little bit of that refunded. So that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how things went for you guys in January. Did you have a rough month? Are you looking forward to a fresh start in February? I know that we are. I'm definitely keeping a very close eye on our expenses this month because I don't like the feeling of being over budget. But anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Can we work it out? Only time will tell. It's gonna take a lot, 'cause we've been through hell. I can't be without you. I've tried and I failed. So can we work it